Alright, let's get started. So, for the sake of you being able to see what I'm doing, I'm going to just do one mukluk at a time. Move this one out of the way. Okay, and like I said, this is going to be the 5200 method that I'm using on these pair. And I have a pair, a caulk gun here loaded with black 5200. And what I normally do is you have to pop a hole in the tube and then you cut off the size that you want as far as the hole. And I like a 1/4 inch. I have some left over here, and so what I did is I just took this off, and I'm actually going to use it straight from the gun, and that's totally fine. This lasted probably a month out here. It's a little colder out here, so if you have extra sealant that you want to keep for a longer period of time, I have a trick that I can show you later, but one of them is to keep it cold, so you can put it in your refrigerator or even your freezer when you're not using it. Okay, so here we have a mukluk. I just want to make sure, double check the tape is sticking. Looks good. And then I start from the back with the heel. And I go from edge to edge. Try to cover all the edge. Zigzag back and forth. And about at least a 1/4 inch on. And this 5200 takes about 7 days to fully cure, especially when it's cooler out. So you have a lot of working time. I would give you about 3 days of actual work time, 7 days to cure. Bring it all the way up to the front here, kind of just following the original shape. And then I pop this so that it doesn't keep leaking out all over the table. And then I take my spreader. Let me show you this real quick. You can see how that looks. And I like to start from the front. Let me use the square edge here. Start from the front. Work it back and forth. And really, more importantly, working it into the ridges on the sole that's already there. You don't want any air bubbles. Slowly working it back. I like to work backwards so you end up with a little more material towards the heel. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Check my hand, make sure I'm not getting any black. 5200. I don't want to get this on the upper, so I'm going to take a new glove here, clean glove. Okay, I'll take my spreader, and what I normally do is I just keep it on my form, and I take, I spread it. I'm right-handed, so this works for me. Spread it towards the right. And I'm doing this differently. This is what takes a little bit of practice, because you want it to be thick enough but not too thick. And looks like I have some extra material here, so I'm just going to actually take some off. There's a lot. Okay. So like I was saying, spread it around thick enough to keep the water and moisture out, but really you don't need it very thick on the sides. Now, the reason I had too much material on here is because I did not have a nozzle on. You can always add more material, so work it around like that. Just taking it off the bottom and spraying it on the sides wherever it seems like there's extra material. And the front tends to get worn down more quickly. So I'm going to actually make it a little bit thicker up here. And the nice thing about this material is also it's fairly self-leveling. So it might not be perfect at first, but when you let it sit for a couple of days, it evens out pretty nice. Okay, working my way all the way around. Paper towels here, I'm just going to take off extra. Once you're done smoothing out the sides, move my tray over here to show you. I'll dip it in the tray, work it forward, backward, side to side, and move it around a little bit, and this will pick up tire rubber as we go. See how that starts to look. You miss a spot, put it back in there. Okay, and that's the thick rubber. Okay, so that's the thick tire rubber on the bottom. The sides are not covered yet. So then I take my cornmeal size So I take my cornmeal size rubber, go along the edge, the outside, over the tray. And this does two things. One, it looks nice. Two, I think it makes it a little bit tougher along the edges. And three, it makes it so I can now work it with my hands and not get dirty. Okay? So I can do a little bit of hand manipulation here if I feel any stickiness at all. Or see any shininess. Take it off the tray. And then on the bottom, same thing. If you see any lumps, you can push them down. Now, if you watched before, you'll see that I actually had some globs of 5200 that were kind of running down the side. When I turn this upright and put it on the plastic, the same thing is going to happen. We might start to get some little overspill coming out along the edges. So what you could do is either later you just cut that off with the sharp scissors when it's cured, or every day you come back, you just put on your gloves, push it in, and every day it gets a little bit stiffer, and you just keep reshaping. And that's what I would recommend, is just keep reshaping, keep on top of it. And then it looks like this. It's pretty much done. Can't really overwork it here, so make it look as pretty as you want. Okay, and then I put this on top of the plastic, but since this is going to ooze out, I like to put a little bit of tie rubber on the plastic. Kind of like when you're making bread, you put some cornmeal down or some flour down on your pan so that it doesn't stick to the pan. Same idea.